Love is the source, love is the path, and love is the goal. After months of excitement, the day finally came. It was time for the first ever Sathya Sai World Youth Festival to begin. A surge of divine energy enveloped me the very moment I stepped into Prashanti Nilayam. I was humbled to realize that I was one of around 3,000 fortunate youth delegates who came from about 70 countries for the much-awaited Sathya Sai World Youth Festival. We were all united by one divine purpose: to offer love and receive love from our beloved Sathya Sai Baba. The morning of 12th July found us all assembled expectantly in Sai Kulwant Hall. A majestic exhibition of flags followed, representing all the countries taking part in the festival. I felt Swami's divine love for his youth fill the entire hall. It was truly spectacular. The first day kicked off with an inaugural address by Dr. Shivendra Kumar, International Youth Coordinator of the Sathya Sai International Organization.
Welcome to the Sri Sathya Sai World Youth Festival. And welcome also to the spiritual headquarters of the world.
With energy and enthusiasm, he reminded us of the good fortune of being a Sathya Sai youth. He set out the 4 objectives of the festival.
Brothers and sisters, the objectives of the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival, 4 things that we've spoken about all throughout. The first is to celebrate the joy of knowing Bhagavan at such a young age. This is something I am proud of, and this is something that I bet you all are proud of. The second one is to come together as one family and celebrate the life teachings and philosophies of our beloved Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and that has already started this morning. The third one is to preserve and create innovative new designs and media to be able to preserve and communicate Bhagavan's message to the future generations. And the last one is to allow the youth of the world to interact with elders who have had close interaction with Bhagavan.
We also learned that over 320 volunteers have been working round the clock over the past 6 months to make this festival a grand success. Dr. Narendranath Reddy, Chairman of the Prashanti Council, which oversees the Sathya Sai International Organization, then welcomed all youth delegates and guests. Drawing on his long association with Swami, he reiterated the 4 variations of ABCs taught by Baba. Always be courageous, always be compassionate, always be calm, always be cheerful, and of course, DEFG.
What is the DEFG? Don't ever forget God. If you always remember God, all these things are taken place.
Simple but powerful divine instructions to follow and practice all our lives. Mr. Nimish Pandya, All India President of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization of India, told us that the greatest adventure we should embark upon is to conquer the mind through love and service. The chief guest was the Honorable Sri Piyush Goyal, Minister of State with independent charge for power, coal, and new and renewable energy, Government of India. He packed his energy, in keeping with his portfolio energy, into his address and told the youth that service to the needy and destitute is God's work.
Each one of you has the divine spirit of Swamiji right inside you. I invoke that spirit in the service of society, in the service of the world.
Teams of youth delegates from all around the world offered their love for Swami through a host of awe-inspiring and energetic performances. The youth from Venezuela offered a beautiful melodic outpouring of love through a newly written song, Mi Destino, which means my destination. A video excerpt of Swami's discourse was then screened, reminding all that truth is one and same for the whole world.
In fact, God is important for everyone.
Who is God?
Who is God?
Where is God?
Where is
and
God?
Question veskunte, truth is God, love is God.
Sometimes we forget that the best way to love God is through the highest form of sadhana. by transforming love into service.
ట్రూత్ జర్మన్ ట్రూత్ పాకిస్తాన్ ట్రూత్ అనే భేదం లేదు. ట్రూత్ అందరికీ ఒక్కటే.
Later that morning at the exhibition hall inside the ashram, a spectacular exhibition titled Ready, Steady, Goal was inaugurated in the presence of senior leaders of the organization and many dignitaries. The afternoon session then began in the Purnachandra Auditorium next door. An interactive and entertaining game show encouraged us to refresh our knowledge on the life, work, and teachings of Sathya Sai Baba. It was all so much fun. Radio Sai representatives discussed the importance of connecting with God, reminding us of the priority that should be given to God in our daily work.
Swami simply said, how much interest you have towards me, that much close you will get to me. And that is a beautiful leveling fact.
How true for all spiritual aspirants. The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall came alive with 3 dynamic speakers and a multicultural musical dance presentation. Miss Olga Baranova from Russia and Sri Hari Ranjan Rao from India were followed by Padma Shri VVS Lakshman, the award-winning cricket player who represented India in official cricket games and is a staunch devotee of Sathya Sai Baba. He spoke straight from the heart.
Irrespective of whether someone likes you, someone loves you, or someone criticizes you, you have to be same.
The evening program closed with a vibrant and artistic cultural performance titled Dancing to the Divine Rhythm, the Sai Way. Youth from many countries and states of India thrilled the audience with their artistic skills, devotion, and energy. It was evident that the performers were offering nothing but the very best to our beloved Swami. This left me wanting even more, and I woke up the next day energized to join my brothers and sisters at 4 a.m. for the activities at Hillview Stadium. Invigorating physical exercises and games were organized, including yoga, qigong, tai chi, volleyball, basketball, and football. Later in the morning, inside Sai Kulwant Hall, 3 guest speakers shared their personal stories of transformation by the grace of Baba. Ms. Sayusha Haridas, Youth Coordinator of Zone 4, Southeast Asia, Dr. Chandani, Sathya Sai Youth of India, and guest speaker, Ms. Alida Parks, Chair of Zone 6, Southern Europe. We then moved to the Purnachandra Auditorium, where we had the honor of hearing from Dr. Chandrasekhar Narayan, Director of Research, IBM USA. We were fortunate to hear about his laboratory's groundbreaking findings in environmental sustainability.
It's like an antidote. The antidote for a snake bite is actually snake poison, right? So we have to collectively in this generation world going forward, we have to see how technology can be used as an antidote for technology itself.
Subsequently, a lively debate between 2 global youth teams on the importance of righteousness versus love in the lives of the youth today engaged us. There was also a heartwarming presentation of service projects led by the Sathya Sai youth from all around the world. So much work is happening across the globe to serve those in need, all under his divine direction. Here I came to see Swami's message coming to life. At that moment, I realized that the youth can change the world, that we have the power to make a difference. We could then attend any one of 4 concurrent workshops during the afternoon on different topics.
Emphasizing before you the relationship between black, health, and qualities. Though this is important, right?
Nowadays, the youth are extremely tech-savvy. Actually, this group might have 50% of voters of development.
That evening in Sai Kulwant Hall, we heard from Mr. Lorenzo Casadio, a Sathya Sai youth from Italy, who reminded us to practice friendship with God, the highest form of devotion.
Mr. Ramachandran Venkataramanan,
Executive Director of the Tata Foundation, an alumni of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, told us to embrace adversity for our own good.
He believed in young people, and we all know in organizations, if we back young people and give them an opportunity to perform, they will deliver irrespective of where you are in the organization hierarchy or in the value chain.
We were next entertained by a drama with a message by the global Sathya Sai youth. Titled Love is the Path to Transforming the World, the skit showed us how unity between leaders of different faiths and political ideologies is key to forming successful partnerships to change the world. It was a powerful message to carry back and practice whenever we get the opportunity.
To remember to serve all, as Sathya Sai Baba has said, especially those.
The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall ended with the Sathya Sai World Music Team presenting a musical offering, What It Means to Be a Sai Youth, with 6 original songs based on sentimental experiences of the youth through different stages of life. The day concluded in the exhibition hall, where youth had the platform to network with other youth and partake in a fun and engaging game, Puttaparthi's Got Talent. On the final day, I felt sad that it was all coming to an end. The day continued with motivating talks by Mr. Brajesh Bamalwa, a Sathya Sai youth from India, and Mr. Julio Vivines Villavicencio, Youth Coordinator, Zone 2B, South America. They touched our hearts with magical stories of Sathya Sai Baba and stressed that the primary quality of a devotee is having firm faith in God. The final speaker of the morning session, Dr. Chandrasekhar Narayan from the USA, reiterated that Bhagwan's teachings on education are meant for life. He gave useful advice on practicing spirituality in our careers and daily living also. The program then resumed in the Purnachandra Auditorium with an inspiring talk by Sri R.J. Ratnakar, trustee of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust.
How to maintain the equanimity in all situations. For you, it's very important. If we lose balance in life, it's very difficult to gain back. Our thinking falters, our words falter, our actions falter the moment we lose balance. We need to be equipoised, we need to develop that equanimity.
The morning session ended with the international youth congregating into their zones to discuss issues pertinent to their area and develop action plans. The afternoon program resumed in the Purnachandra Auditorium with 6 international youth sharing their personal spiritual journey. Then, we moved back to Sai Kulwant Hall, where Dr. Shivendra Kumar presented 9 resolutions of the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival, which is a blueprint for the future actions by the youth. Mr. Nimish Pandya, in his concluding address, encouraged the youth to offer everything to Sathya Sai Baba and never take ownership or doership of one's actions. Dr. Narendranath Reddy congratulated the youth for their wonderful effort, enthusiasm, leadership, and organizational ability that made the festival a grand success. A grand musical extravaganza followed next. Symphony for Sai, a blend of both Indian and Western music, orchestrated by over 65 youth members, both men and women, conducted by an alumnus of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. The music flowed on with vocal rendering striking a perfect chord with many percussion instruments, enveloping the vast amphitheater with melody, filling everyone with joy. It turned out to be a perfect show of unity in diversity. The festival concluded with an energy unparalleled to anything I've experienced before. And being amongst my Sai brothers and sisters gave me so much bliss. Although the end came much too quickly, I realized that this is certainly not the end of the journey. but a resting place to charge our spirits and resume our spiritual journey. My connection with Sathya Sai Baba is even stronger, and I am ready to face the world and live his message of love. Jai Sai Ram.